What's going on? It is... What day is it? June 11th? Tuesday?
Yeah, the 11th.
Yeah. The official... Let's... Heavy air quotes on that word. The official start to E3.
But it started like Friday.
Yeah, so all of you that have been among the living know that E3 is definitely well underway.
Yep. It started Friday with...
And it pretty much ended Saturday or Sunday with the Xbox press conference. It might as well have.
Yep.
But
I mean, we got Capcom. I was looking forward to Capcom. We got Nintendo today.
yeah, Nintendo's actually going on, I think, right now.
Yeah, they started. It's like we got their details on their Animal Crossing for Switch, the 2 new Pokemon games, and
Which I was expecting.
yeah, and Smash Brothers got a new character.
I can't remember.
It's actually Banjo-Kazooie.
Really?
Yep.
I bet Rare was happy about that.
Yeah, they're probably just like, do it.
So yeah, we've had some relatively big news. Like pretty much everything that happened on Sunday from E3 was, like Sunday was the day to be at E3. I really don't know where to start. We were supposed to get something from from Sea of Thieves. Hey, if I didn't have a life, I would totally watch this, but I'm gonna go see Hamilton. Take it easy. Enjoy. I bet that's Tyler that just walked in.
Probably.
I really, yeah, like there's no, there has been so much that there's really no good spot to start. So I guess we'll just start with the showstopper. CD Projekt Red made a small but very, very impactful presentation at E3 on Sunday during the Microsoft press conference. And we'll maybe pull it up here in just a second to watch it and just kind of go over it with you. But in short, we got a release date. So for those of you that have been waiting for a release date on Cyberpunk 2077, you'll have to wait a little while longer. April 16th?
Yep.
April 16th of 2020. So just under a year, but let them take their time. You want a good game, you don't want a Battlefield. Or another Fallout. So you got your release date, and your release date was presented to you by none other than Keanu Reeves, John Wick. I don't know. CD Projekt Red, I just want to go ahead and say it, are really good at keeping secrets. And I never, ever would have guessed that he had any involvement in that game at all. Zero, zilch, nada. Like, I don't understand how nobody was like, CD Projekt Red officials seen interacting and talking business with Keanu Reeves or blah, 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 blah. Like, nothing. There was no hint. That was like a bombshell. Now, if there's somebody, please, if you come up with a better game for freaking Keanu Reeves to star in, please tell me. Because I feel like Cyberpunk 2077, perfect.
Smash
like that is...
Bros. What?
No.
Oh, all right.
I like how quiet it got. Like Nick was sitting there reading on his phone, and then you said Smash Bros, and he went,
Except nobody listening in knows what you're doing right now.
no. Nick was very confused. We'll just put it that way, making very puzzled looks on his face. But, anyways,
Yeah, and he actually, well, it's mostly rumors, but he actually, it's not just the trailer that he's in. He plays
Yeah, he plays the main character.
Yeah, Johnny Silverhand, which I guess is pretty important to the RPG that I've never played.
I didn't even know there was another game.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was based off anything.
I think it's tabletop. That's why you've never heard of it.
That's probably why.
You uncultured swine.
Well, from what I've heard, though, Johnny Silverhand in the Cyberpunk universe is like... He's like a holographic being. Like, he's dead, but he's preserved via hologram. That's why in the trailer, and I can show the trailer here in just a minute, but that's why in the trailer, when his character appears on screen, like, he flickers.
No, it's because your cybernetic eyes are rebooting.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Everywhere I've read
You got
said he's a
shot in the head.
hologram. Well, but even in some of the gameplay they showed in that trailer, he was translucent, like bluish translucent colored. And I guess in some files that they released a while back, like they showed Johnny Silverhand and under his name was deceased or something like that. But they didn't show obviously Keanu Reeves' face. So you know what? Why don't we just pull it up and give ourselves a refresher? I'm sure everybody wants a refresher. Cyberpunk 2077 E3. Nate is quiet. Well, he's louder than you, maybe because he's actually here.
Was that Tyler?
Yep.
You bitch.
All right, we're going mute, and we're going to switch the audio over to the TV so that you all can hear the trailer. If I can find the TV. Here we go. It's a bit of a process. All right, let's do this.
Show no respect, and no shit, nobody goes to sleep.
This evening, followed by gunshots several blocks down the street. Fortunately, fire crews report they've managed to contain the blaze. Authorities are now...
V, my man, you made it. You blowing up all over the news. Are you alone?
I just want the money.
You got the chip? All right, start her up, Bug. Why don't you go to the bathroom, wash up, we gonna be with you in a minute.
What?
Oh, come on, man. Your neck, it's a mess.
While hotel security has yet to comment, we do know the suspect seems to have fled the scene.
Initiating combat mode.
Go!
Destination confirmed.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about! Alright! In and out, bitches! We're rich! Oh, we are going to the major leagues, Jackie! Jack?
Oh, shit!
No. Okay, get to a clinic now.
Mr. Wells' condition is critical.
Go!
Immediate medical
It's gonna
help
be
is
okay.
required.
Just hold on. Hey, just think about all the good shit we're gonna have, huh?
I'm sorry.
Take the fucking chip decks.
Every corporal cop in this city's gonna be blasting down these doors after what you and your psycho friend did. We didn't need all this cocksucking attention, damn it.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Okay, so, so there wasn't really any gameplay there. Obviously, it's a cinematic trailer. But, man, oh man. I love how they introduced Johnny Silverhand. Like, I would imagine people probably recognize because Silverhand, like people that were diehard fans or people like you who had kind of known about it before, like, oh cool, it's Johnny Silverhand. And I remember when I watched that trailer live, like I'm like, man, that voice kind of sounds familiar. Why does that voice sound familiar? And then he fucking crouches down on the ground. I'm like, is that? No. What? Fucking John Wick? So yeah, that pretty much, and then of course Keanu Reeves came up on stage and introduced the game, and one of Hollywood's most socially awkward but fantastic human beings is and always will be Keanu Reeves.
No, you're breathtaking.
I genuinely think that he had a really good time doing that presentation, even though he was like, he's never done anything like that before, I don't think.
I had the impression he had a couple to loosen up before that.
I don't know.
He may have been a little tipsy, I feel like.
He's very...
But I think
whatever you just did to your mic, it's buzzing now.
What do you mean?
You probably loosened the cord.
It's gone.
Okay.
I don't think so. Like, go and watch, like, just regular interviews with him. He's very socially awkward. Like, he's very reserved, and it's real. Like, I think it was a weird position. Yeah, it was a little, but he did a really good job with it. I was telling Nate earlier when we were running out.
It's funny the whole time the crowd just keeps egging him on. He's like, guys, I have to finish.
I have to tell you something.
I have to finish the presentation, guys.
Well, I mean, he just came. You got to think too, man. He just came hot off the heels of John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in that audience is like,
I feel like
what?
they couldn't have picked a better time to announce.
No,
or
they
use
really
Keanu
couldn't.
Reeves to announce that shit.
I just love how the whole presentation was just fantastic. Like I said, man, they made such a huge impact with such a small presentation. Like,
yeah.
They showed.
One thing, I don't know if you've talked about the whole thing yet, like as in general, but the one thing about the Microsoft press conference, I felt like 60 games is a lot, and I feel like it was too much because a lot of it's like they're throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, and not all of it's gonna stick. I feel like they should have.
Well, quite a bit of those were some indie games. They're just like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
but I feel like still they could have stuck to a few main titles, and then some promising indie games, and then just peppered in the indie
The
games
other
throughout
thing-
the rest of the year.
The other thing is, I don't think that was necessarily all of Microsoft's E3 coverage, because I wasn't there for the whole thing. I was kind of in and out, but I didn't see Sea of Thieves anywhere.
Nope.
And I
they
know
weren't
Sea
a-
of
they
Thieves
weren't a
is
part of it.
at E3 for like a presentation. Like they've got stuff going on at E3. They're going to be talking about some teases coming up. So I feel
Well,
like,
they are having like individual developers doing stuff. Like
well, I'm
Square
wondering
Enix
if,
has their own press conference, even though they're partnered with Nintendo.
yeah, I'm
stuff
just
like
saying, I wonder if that might be part of the Xbox whole. Thanks for the like, friendly. I feel like that might be part of Xbox or Microsoft's whole 60 game scheme. Like I watched a good chunk of the Xbox or the Microsoft presentation. I don't think I counted 30 games. Like,
I watched the whole thing, and that's the thing, is you're not going to be able to count that much.
I don't know. I mean, I
Because
remember the
a lot
stuff
of
that
it
I
just
wanted to
goes-
remember,
It just
Like-
goes and then passes because you're not looking for that stuff.
but
I feel like it was just like
I don't think
it
it was
was a
too
lot of-
much, because they made impacts right where they needed to make impacts. I mean, they dropped the release date for Cyberpunk, which was fucking huge, and then
Quick thing. The original Cyberpunk RPG is Cyberpunk 2020.
oh man. Let's see
Interesting.
how it works next year.
I couldn't help but think the entire time I was watching, I was like, this is 2077. They're pretty optimistic about how fast our technology is going to grow in the future.
Well, they keep saying it's going to be it's exponential, but I mean,
speaking
Here we
of
are.
technology, we're gonna
if
use
you
that
think
in.
about it, whenever we started grade school, nobody had an iPhone. And then here we are now, 20 years later.
I'm sitting here looking on my smartphone.
Yeah, you've got every one of us has a computer in their pocket.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like, I'm pretty
But-
sure this thing is more powerful than my first laptop.
Exactly.
These are more powerful than every computer that was used to send the first spaceship to the moon combined.
Yeah, because that thing was basically a calculator.
The only difference is that one didn't shut down.
You know, the batteries haven't really come very far at all.
They actually have, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Because
you
if
saw-
What
if
they've
you
done
if
is
you
they've
were
made them
to-
more efficient.
exactly, but if you
Not
were
the battery, but the phones.
and if you were to take an old battery and condense, you wouldn't be able to condense it to the size to fit in here. For one, and for two,
You'd
it
be
wouldn't
able to
last as long.
you'd be able to fit it in the Energizer phone.
What
The
fucking
cinder block
prick?
the cinder block phone it probably weighs like 12 pounds.
I like how everybody's first thing is like, imagine fucking laying in your bed, you know, with- holding your phone over your head, looking at it, and fucking dropping it on your head.
Not on your face, you drop it on your chest like, oh god. Not
Yeah,
the- not the
No,
wind
it's the
daddy.
wind daddy. You're just like thunk.
You're just like laying on the. At that point where you're just rolling around in your bed and you can't fucking breathe.
It's
for
like
30
that-
seconds.
It's like that scene in Thor
God, imagine
where
if you drop that thing on your toe.
where Loki and Thor are fighting on that big Bifrost bridge, and Loki's like, "What are you gonna do?" And Thor just walks up to him,
And puts
drops the
on
hammer on him, and he's just like,
him. That'll be what happens if you drop that phone on
"That's
yourself.
exactly what happened."
God, you drop that thing anywhere on you drop it on your neck, you there choke yourself.
So you go to the hospital. Did you get punched in the throat?
Drop the phone. What phone do you have? You pull out the brick.
Dude,
Oh.
dude, what's with the black eye? Did you get in a fight? Nah, I don't want to talk about it.
Then your friend that knows you too well, it's like you dropped your phone in your face again, didn't you? Shut
No.
up.
Yeah.
Speaking of technology, though, I feel like that might be the good segue into something else I wanted to talk about. Project Scarlet,
Microsoft's new
Xbox,
Yeah, really powerful Xbox.
next generation Xbox.
They were joking, it's like, oh, we can get 120 FPS. It's like we've never seen this before.
On a console,
console,
probably
yeah.
not.
All the PC gamers are like,
Cute. They're like, we got 144 in 4K.
Yeah.
Now,
I think Microsoft will win the next console war, if only because they are so inclusive in their ideas of cross-platform play.
yeah,
Because
I truly
I'm
believe
definitely
that.
going to stick with Xbox at this point because all my friends are on PC.
And
if
you
I get
can-
an Xbox.
Yeah, if you can play your
If
PC,
if I can play my Xbox with my PC friends, why?
why would you
I
go
get
out and get a
PS4
PlayStation?
or PS5?
Now,
whatever they're
don't
gonna
get
call
me wrong. Here's the thing. I think Xbox has been ahead of the curve in the console war, even in this current generation, only because the Xbox One X is true 4K gaming. Granted, it's 30 FPS. It's not buttery smooth like it is on PC, but it is true 4K gaming. The PS4 Pro is not true 4K. They upscale a 1080p image and then they embellish it and essentially enhance it. And it's claimed to be 4K, but it's not. It's like a super scaled 1080p.
Yeah.
But you get 4K at what? $500?
Yeah.
How much is the X? I don't know how much.
It's
the Xbox-
$500 or $600, something like
Yeah.
that. Xbox One X. But the
Whereas
thing is,
us trying to get 4K in a PC is like,
It's much more.
$2,000.
yeah.
But the thing is,
don't
the
wanna talk about
PCs have longer legs.
It's
so-
also true. They last a lot longer. Like my computer, I built my computer. We're going on what, a year and a half now?
Yeah.
And it's still probably one of the best gaming rigs you can build.
Whereas my original Xbox One is outdated, far outdated by this point.
Yep.
And then, but the thing is about the new console generation is if you look into the stats for the Project Scarlet and PS5,
Whatever the PlayStation project
whatever.
is.
yeah, whatever PS5 names is, they're almost essentially the same. They both run on
Well,
AMD processors, AMD
Yeah, I was going to tell you about
cards
it.
and stuff like that.
Nate, you remember how you were talking about regretting that you didn't buy into AMD stock the other day when you saw their stock prices rise? I bet they just spiked again. Because AMD is behind all the new console generation tech. Like, they are behind all the processors. They are hand-built by AMD. So their stock prices were already doing this. They probably just did that. Went straight up.
We'll see.
But, so a few little tidbits of information. I'm not going to pull the trailer up for the Scarlet because it's just a bunch of people talking and a bunch of numbers that a lot of people really don't care about. But for
Or most average people wouldn't understand either.
essentially, one interesting thing that I found was that they're using RAM as, what did they say? Virtual, like, not memory, but, they're using a solid state drive. First off, it's going to have an SSD. The new
Yeah.
Xbox is going to be powered with an SSD. But any excess room that's on the SSD, they're using it as RAM. Like, they've got algorithms that essentially convert unused disk space to RAM usage, so you can have more RAM. They said they saw, like, speeds of 4 to 5 times faster all across the board than the Xbox One X.
That's pretty exciting.
So yeah, if I'm a console gamer, I'm super excited because not only are they saying 120 FPS, but it's going to be capable of resolutions up to 8K. Now,
Eventually.
take that with a grain of salt. 8K, yes. They're not telling you that you're only going to get like 25 frames when you're in 8K.
Not to mention you have to find a TV
That's 8K.
that can handle that first.
Also, what's really exciting about Project Scarlet and stuff like that is the fact that it is a designed from the ground up
As a gaming
rig.
platform?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
they
gaming
learned from the
platform.
Xbox One, didn't they?
Instead of a fucking family platform.
Remember when the Xbox One launched and everybody
was so mad. They're just like, "What the hell is this? What happened to my gaming console?"
Yeah, they didn't talk like hardly anything about the games. I think they mentioned the disc drive, but they're like, yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and this. And it's like,
They're like, you can watch sports while playing your games. Why?
I would say, it's like, I've got cable for that, dude.
Like, I don't care. If I sit down on my computer, I want to. Well, man, computers are multi-use system and are multi-use entertainment system. But if I sit at a gaming console, I'm playing games. I am not like, ooh, I wonder what's new on YouTube. I'm like, let's play some games. Let's go kill some undead things. Let's go man robots. Let's go kill aliens in big space suits of armor. Like, not wonder what's going on in the world of politics. Nobody that owns an Xbox uses it like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the people who are just like, well, I just played 12 rounds of zombies, so I'll just sit back and watch YouTube or Hulu or some shit for the rest of the night. But I mean, they're not gonna fucking use
Yeah.
the rest of the goddamn apps on
No,
there. They're
you
gonna
can have
use
your video streaming services like YouTube and Hulu and Netflix, but nothing else.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need any other apps for that. You just need the bare minimum.
So I'm really excited about that. How they're focusing, they're shifting their focus back to. And I'm not even a console player. I'm not a console player, and I'm excited about Project Scarlet. Like, that's saying something. Like, do I think it's going to compete with PCs? No, not really. PC's still going to be
It'll compete with like mid-range
price point wise. It will
Yeah,
definitely compete,
It'll compete with probably mid-range PCs at a low-end PC price, which is nice, but it's not gonna come anywhere near the top of the line PCs. That you
and the
build.
other thing too is with PC is selection. It's
You've got so many more options.
I was gonna say, how about the perfect screensaver? It's like it's not going to ever compete with that. Sorry.
no. Yeah, you can't beat that.
Ow.
You were falling asleep and trying to wake you up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you were. You were over there going.
No, it was not.
That's not true. How much sleep did you get last night?
I don't know.
This morning? However you want to look at it.
But yeah, I'm super excited about Project Scarlet, and we'll use Project Scarlet to segue into the next little chunk of the podcast that I want to talk about in regards to the Microsoft press conference. Halo is launching with the Microsoft Project Scarlet.
I don't think anybody's surprised about that.
No, but
that's super nice.
Didn't they launch another Halo game with the Xbox?
They launched
Halo 4 with the Xbox One.
4? Okay, I couldn't remember if 3 was with the 360.
Halo-
It was either 4 or 5. I can't
Halo
remember.
always launches with a console. Like, you might get a release in between console generations, but when there's a new generation, like when you're on the cusp of a new generation, you can count on Halo releasing with it, because that's a huge selling point for Microsoft. Like, it's the quintessential shooter game.
Yeah, because I remember we've had a Halo game basically at the start of every Xbox. We've had
360 was Halo 3, wasn't it?
Yep. Combat Evolved was like right at when
The beginning of Halo, or the beginning of Xbox, original Xbox.
Yep. Then I believe 4 launched with the.
And then, so it sounds like every other game pretty much, because you had Halo 3 and Halo Reach on Xbox 360.
Yep.
Then you had Halo 4 and Halo 5 on Xbox One. Then you're going to have Halo Infinite and probably whatever comes after on Xbox, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I mean, they might release ancillary Halo games, like a successor to like Reach or some shit, or like another spin-off to it on the same thing.
So,
But,
before we dive too much into Halo talk,
and
let's watch the trailer.
before we get into it, though, also with all the stuff that Microsoft's been trying to do with the Xbox, I'm pretty sure Scarlet will launch with full keyboard mouse support, and also most of the games will
Definitely.
release with full keyboard mouse support.
Definitely gonna have keyboard mouse support as a console. I don't know about the games, but you're probably 100% right on that.
Well, the games have been going towards that direction too, so I feel like most if not all of them will launch with that now.
But let us watch this trailer. We're gonna mute the mic so you all can enjoy it, and we can talk amongst ourselves. And then when the trailer's up, we'll bring the mics back up.
Warning. Warning. Picture building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 7. Protocol accepted. Breach detected.
Daddy's listening. Can you say hi?
Hi.
And how big are you?
How big are you?
Can you tell Daddy how big you are? Are you so big?
So big.
And can you sing?
Tingle.
Good singing. How about I miss you?
Miss you.
And I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy.
And I can't wait to see you. Can you say see you?
See you.
Good, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Signal detected. Signal detected. Tag designation friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS. Looks like the main power cells are fried. Armor shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to overwrite. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please don't die. Yes! 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 We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief. I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. Looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I know I saw something in here to check your armor's diagnostics. Whoa, easy there, big guy. You're not...
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is. No. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
No. We need to fight. Get ready.
I chose you because you were special. I knew we would be perfect together. And I was right.
All right. So,
you turn autoplay off.
Yeah, some exciting stuff there.
Again, no gameplay. But
unfortunate, but oh well.
I would like to point out, so what I was talking to you guys about before, with especially one thing we've always brought up when we were talking about Halo Infinite was how we're hoping that it is in fact a rebirth of the franchise, like a back to roots Halo game. Not like Halo 5 was, where it was scatterbrained and had an identity crisis.
Yeah, an amalgamation of a bunch of first-person shooter aspects being
like,
we're unique, we're Halo but different. It's like, nah. And plus the story in Halo 5 was kind of
poop. This feels like, just based off that trailer, like they don't indicate anything other than Chief is a significant character, and by like obviously the dude on the Pelican might be of significance. Cortana's obviously going to be of significance, but like as a playable character, they don't really lead you to believe there's any other ones. So I'm hoping that we get more Chief in this one than we have in previous Halo games. I would imagine it's probably going to be all Chief, but one thing that I really liked was like it was back to they've talked about this. They said that for somebody who's never played a Halo game before, this is a good game to jump into if you don't want to play the earlier ones. Like, this is supposedly going to be back to what Halo has, like, been. Like, this is a re-beginning to the series. And I think it's very resemblant of that, just in that scene where, like, your helmet reboots and all your power stuff comes on, and then you get that signature Halo shield sound. That just made me grin when I heard that. I was so happy to hear that sound. I'm super, super excited about Halo Infinite. I just hate that we have to wait another year and some change to get it.
Yep, sucks. But I'm going to play the fuck out of it once it comes out.
Yep, because it's going to be cross-platform.
Yeah.
And
I might either have Scarlet or a PC by that point. Hopefully.
I can tell you what Nate's going to say you should get.
PC.
And Nick's going to say you should get.
And you're going to say
And I'm going to say you should get.
A PC.
The Xbox.
Xbox?
No, you're wrong. Just bite the bullet and get a PC already, damn it.
Well, then I might get lead poisoning.
That's true. Or you might break a tooth.
That too.
That might be worse.
Or both.
Oh man.
That'd be a real bad time.
That would suck.
That'd just be awful.
Anyways, while we're on the topic of Halo, they released pricing for Halo Master Chief Collection on PC.
Kind of pricey?
No. The whole collection if you buy, because in the games are going to be released individually. So you can buy the whole collection when it's out at a discounted rate, but you have to wait until all the games are released to do that.
Yeah.
If you buy them each as they release, $10 a game.
Well, that's not bad.
Except for ODST, since it's just the campaign, it's $5.
All right.
So $55 for all the games in the Master Chief Collection.
But you can't play ODST Firefight?
No, I don't think. They said just campaign.
Lame. ODST Firefight was great.
Is it not in the Master Chief? Is it in the Master Chief Collection now?
I don't know. I don't have the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, well, if it's not in the Master Chief Collection now, it's probably not.
ODST
They also released some details about armor progression in Halo Reach and future MCC titles, which it sounds like they're doing it right, but there was a lot of details there that I just kind of skimmed because I was on my lunch break. I didn't have a whole lot of time to read it, but effectively it's going to be very similar to the way it was in Reach, where like in Reach you had challenges to complete every day, every week, and every month. Well, now you're going to have seasonal challenges, and by seasons I mean like each month is a season of challenges, and if you complete those challenges, you'll get like bonus credit awards or whatever the currency is to buy the armor, and you'll also earn a full set of a certain type of armor. So like the example they used was a Grenadier Mark like 4, but then you can also earn credits and stuff based on your matchmaking performance to buy more armor pieces.
So if you're in a cold season and you make everybody hot chocolate, do you get boosted credits or something?
Yes.
Who knows? How are you going to make hot chocolate?
Can you just imagine a fucking monster-ass standing, like, 8-foot tall Spartan just, like...
Is that like a fucking stand at the side of the road? Does anybody want hot chocolate?
And in the warm seasons, you sell lemonade.
Master Chief walks up to the stand. I need some chocolate.
I need a beverage.
I need a beverage.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. No, that's not how it works, Nate.
On a side note from this, they're putting The Witcher 3 on the Switch.
Yes, they are. It looks terrible, but it's on the Switch.
I mean, it's the Switch.
It looks terrible, but I mean, you're gonna be able to play The Witcher wherever you want.
I'm honestly surprised the Switch can handle it all without like bursting into flames. To be honest,
Maybe it will. You don't know that.
it probably will.
I mean, you're talking about the
They've
same
downgraded
company.
a lot.
You're talking about the same company that said dead pixels in the screen were a feature.
Who's that?
Nintendo.
Oh, they did that. Okay.
When the Switch launched, there were some screens that were kind of faulty, and pixels would go out, and they're like, "Well, it's supposed to happen." They literally.
And people were just like, nah. They're just like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine in handheld mode it'll probably like burn your hands from getting so hot.
Yeah, they'll send gloves with copies of The Witcher. Like when you buy The Witcher, it'd be like recommended welding gloves.
Yeah, you'll need something. I guess in the stand mode, it probably melt the stand, but you'll be able to play it on your TV.
You gotta lean it against a cinder block.
I mean, you can play it wherever you want. It'll just take you can just play it for 30 minutes.
If
that's
that.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's see. It'll take you. Well, it's going to take you those 30 minutes to get through a loading screen. So.
Yeah.
You like it's like you take it with you on a 2-hour plane ride, and the person sitting next to you, like you pull out your Switch, you're like, all right, I'm gonna play some games. He's like, oh, you're gonna play The Witcher? You boot up The Witcher. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna play The Witcher. You get to the main menu, click play, Switch dies. Well, that was fun. And you put it in your back in your bag. Be like, how far have you gotten? Actually, that's the farthest I've gotten. I'm really excited to see how this game goes.
Have you played The Witcher?
I have The Witcher 3, and I've played through a little bit of it.
Okay.
I haven't played through a lot of it. Somebody's
It's
downstairs.
the best game ever made.
You need to finish
My
that.
brother invites his friends over, and they turn the TV to 700, and
With
No,
headphones,
somebody-
with headphones on so they can't hear shit.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, somebody rang the doorbell and then knocked on the door. And
It's Brody's friends.
Oh, okay.
There's one dude, like one kid that's like as big as you, that's just a little bigger or a little older than Brody, like a year or two. He's very annoying. Like he'll be like, and then he'll start peeking in the window, and then he'll ring the doorbell.
That poor shoebox.
Actually, that's not a shoebox; it's a boot box. I bought new work boots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when I go down there. It's like I go down there. It's like touch the doorbell again, and I'm breaking your finger.
Can I come in? No. Go home.
That's when I would just peek through the window back at him and just peek through and go.
Wow.
We're not nice people. Get over it.
No. Look, I'm nice to people that aren't annoying, but dude, they're fucking annoying. Like that's really annoying. Granted, Brody should answer the damn door.
I mean,
but
you're annoying.
yeah, no.
And are we nice to him?
No, I guess we're not.
We're also not very nice to you either, and you're annoying. We're all annoying to each other, and we're not very nice to each other.
Coincidence?
Isabel thinks that we're not friends because we're mean to each other. I'm like, no, that means we're friends.
Yeah, because we're the only ones that can tolerate each other.
We're the like if somebody else were to talk shit about us like that, like we'd throw some hands, but
Throw hams.
throw hams.
But it's like my D&D group that I play with. I'm pretty sure we're the only group of D&D players that will sit and argue out of character and in character the entire time and still have a great time.
Do you throw hams?
No, we
Oh,
just
that's
argue.
unfortunate.
It's
What about
like
turkeys?
it's like
Well, I mean, you got turned to stone, but that's
it's like
Yeah.
one day I was talking to Nate on my phone, and I was talking to him through Steam, and she was like, we were watching some TV, and I always send Nate, my first message is always something along the lines of hey bitch, or hey you stupid fuck, or hey something like an insult, and he's used to it. That's how we interact. And she's like, you're mean. And I'm like, no, that's not being mean.
She's like, hey bitch, what are you doing? I'm like, the fuck do you want? It just continues like that.
We always insult each other.
He calls me, I answer the phone, what the fuck do you want? That's what I say.
It's like when we were in Chicago, I can't remember, but I'm like, I'm always like, she was like, you're mean to your friends. I'm like, I'm not. And I sent him a message. I'm like, you're a stupid bitch. And he's like, yeah, I know. I can't help it.
It's like, see, it's not mean if they accept it.
Oh, man. We have gotten way off topic, though.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about E3.
E3.
Have we talked about the Bethesda conference?
No, I'm about to get to that because there's some stuff in the Bethesda conference that I want to talk about that was rather comical. First and foremost, Todd Howard's acknowledgement of Fallout 76's very rough launch.
Yeah, he was just like...
Clutch.
He's just like, and you guys give us a lot of well-deserved criticism, and given a lot of that
No, I love.
I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah, he started the press conference and everybody's cheering. He's like, "All right, thank you." And he's like, "So we've had a very exciting year here at Bethesda Game Studios." And he pauses and he's like, "Given a lot of that excitement, I'm surprised a lot of you are still here." But I'm glad he was able to own up to the well-deserved criticism thing. Like, I'm glad he wasn't just like, "We made a game and we made it better, so get the fuck over it." Like, he's still like, look, we improved it, we made it better, but at the same time, he acknowledges that the state that it was in when it launched was not acceptable, and
It's gotten worse, though.
Not really.
For me, it has. The game's almost unplayable now.
Well, that's by your own fault for installing it into a wonky-ass folder.
When we first started playing, I never had any issues with bugs that were messing up with the game. Now, I have problems with, like, enemies, like, you kill them and their body despawns.
There's a couple of those bugs around, yeah.
Situations like that. And it's happening more and more. And
I feel like it happens. I feel like it happens more when you're in a group.
Maybe.
I feel like most of the time,
always played as a group, so.
Most of the time we've noticed enemies disappearing has been when we're in a group.
Yeah, but I've always played.
I don't know. I will admit that there are still bugs, but I think the game has definitely made a huge turnaround from the condition it was in at launch. Like, it was bad at launch. Granted, some of those bugs that were bitched about at launch are still there, like the fucking Scorch Beast being stuck in the goddamn wall in the cave of the glass cavern. Mm-hmm. That's still a thing. Try fighting...
Still a thing.
Yeah. Try fighting a Scorch Beast that you can't see 80% of the time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Not easy. You have to wait for it to get stuck into a loop where it's just... like it flies through the wall and then it warps back and it flies through the wall again. That's how we killed it. We just waited for it to fly through the wall, and we would shoot it like 4 times in that split second that it was there, and we killed it.
I did appreciate the fact that they fixed the perk cards. Remember that issue they had
where they wouldn't work? Yeah,
and you'd have a ghost card, and you had the actual card, and you had to play this game trying to figure out which one was the real card.
Yeah, half the time I'm still not sure if my damned... what's the luck perk that repairs your weapon whenever you get a hit?
Oh, like luck of the draw or whatever?
I'm still not sure if that ever actually works.
I do think it works. It's just...
Mine works pretty well.
Yeah, it's...
Okay. At this point, I don't want to get another one because I've already got 4 trying to fix the damn thing. So that's 4 wasted levels.
Yeah. But Bethesda's press conference was pretty interesting.
My favorite part was the ESO announcements. Not because... I enjoy ESO, but because of the one guy in the crowd who was super excited for everything that they said.
Everything they said at ESO, it was just like, yeah! Like,
one guy in the background, he's just like, yes!
He was front row, super enthusiastic about everything, almost to a degree in which I think the presenter was getting annoyed.
Because every time he'd say something, the guy would stop and he'd be like, anyway, he'd start again and the guy would scream and stuff. It's so funny.
It was just like, it was that stereotypical over-excited enthusiasm. I want to go ahead and get the bad part out of the way with Bethesda's press conference because there was one thing that I was really, really disappointed with. And I knew I was going to be disappointed as soon as I heard that they were making it. But ZeniMax is now, like ZeniMax Online is making a new game. It looks like it is made for somebody Brody's age or younger. And they presented this game at the E3 press conference for Bethesda.
I don't even remember that.
It was like a cartoony game. I can't remember what it was called. I based off Nick's reaction. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Captain Keen.
Yeah, that one.
I was thinking, for some reason, I put that in the Microsoft conference in my brain.
Because
I
it
watched them
doesn't
back to
sound
back.
like Bethesda.
I
Like,
mean,
Bethesda,
whatever.
you're like, Doom, Demon Slayers, post-apocalyptic, we kill dragons, cartoon characters. Like, it's just like...
And it's a mobile game.
And it's a mobile game.
Of course it is.
That one guy, that one guy is super excited during ESO, and he's just like, now for that one guy in that past trailer who was really excited about dragons, we put dragons in ESO.
So that was the black sheep of Bethesda's E3 conference for me. Really was not a fan of that.
I saw a lot of people who were like super disappointed. It's like, why didn't we hear anything about fucking?
They
any of the new
told us
games? It's
we
like
weren't gonna hear.
Yeah, beforehand they told us that we weren't gonna hear anything. But I mean, they told us as much as you would have liked to hear, which is we're working on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 as well. You'll see those at some point.
They told us not to expect seeing anything at E3 because they weren't going to show it. So anybody that got mad at that is just trying to find reasons to be mad.
Yeah, they literally told us way beforehand. It's like, no, we're not going to show.
It's not going to be at E3.
Yeah, it's not going to be there.
Are people really complaining about that?
Yes.
Even though they've been warned ahead of time, multiple times, I think.
I didn't hear anything about Starfield not being there, but I'm still not surprised that they didn't announce anything.
I'm pretty sure they said that you won't hear anything about ES6 or Starfield at the next E3 conference.
Yeah, I know that ES6 is going to be under wraps for a while, but
I mean, it's just
I didn't
like
expect that with Starfield. But then again, I'm not surprised either.
it's just people trying to find something to bitch about. Is really all it is. They can just quit whining. But on to what I was most excited about for Bethesda's press conference, and we'll talk a little bit about Doom. Doom.
Yeah, Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal, but I actually want to talk a little bit about Rage because Rage is getting some content that I actually like is interesting me even more in getting the game, and it's all free content based on what I've heard. So, but speaking of free content, we're gonna dive into a couple trailers here in a second for Fallout 76. But Fallout 76 is getting some really, really welcome changes in the fall. One of the most welcome changes I think anybody that's played 76 is going to tell you. Human NPCs. Finally, with human NPCs comes full dialogue trees, speech checks. I'm super excited.
And it might be a problem for me.
Because your intelligence is like, what, 1?
Well, they have
no,
different options.
My intelligence is 4, my charisma is 1. It's
Oh,
always
boy.
been that way in every Bethesda game.
Don't feel bad. My charisma is 3.
I think
However,
mine's...
in Fallout 4, if you're with the overboss, you just had to point your gun at people and they do what you wanted them to do. So that was nice.
Maybe it'll be that way in 76.
But it's not charisma checks. You didn't see that there was one.
Yeah, there's like a perception, and there was one for intelligence.
Oh well, my perception's like it's in orbit, so we're good.
Yeah.
I'd say that Red Bull was a good call. Has he even opened it yet?
No.
No.
It's a little old. It's like I got that a while ago, and I just
Oh jeez.
Nate, you need it. Drink it.
I'm not finished with my Coke.
gonna need it later.
Is Red Bull even good? I've never
No,
had one.
You've not had
it's
Red Bull?
not.
What?
No,
I
I've
hate
never.
Red Bull.
Well, Red Bull hates you.
Red Bull doesn't taste good.
I like Red Bull.
If he's not gonna drink it, I'll drink it just so I can see what a fuck Red Bull tastes like.
Well, this is old Red Bull, so it might taste like shit.
Yeah, it's.
How old is old Red Bull?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't
Okay,
know.
never mind.
We broke out the pickaxes and the shovels, and we
dug it
unearthed
out.
it, and we're not sure yet how it's gonna taste.
It's from an ancient civilization. We haven't
Exactly.
carbon dated it
But
yet.
let's put it, there was a very good layer of dust on it when I grabbed it off my shelf.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Fallout 76 trailer, and while I pull it up, I just realized we're running a little short on time. So
Sorry for
what
being
the
late,
fuck?
by the way.
I forgive you.
Thanks.
What the?
What are you doing?
Fuck.
I can't type.
Are you typing into a different window?
No, I don't know what was up. Wow, I expected that to pull up a trailer. It didn't. Forza Horizon 4 is going to be launching a Lego DLC. We'll watch the trailer on that, have a brief discussion. Might talk about it again next week because there's so much to cover and not enough time. So here is the Fallout 76 release trailer for Wastelanders.
It's been some time since Vault 76 opened its door. And we all discovered that Appalachia isn't quite what it used to be. We encountered a lot of things. Overcame a lot of things. I don't think any of us expected for people to actually come back.
Are you from that vault? Can you help us? We've traveled pretty far. Heard there's hope here in Appalachia. Folk rebuilding, fighting back. We'll fight too, right by your side. We've been everywhere and seen everything. And the one thing we've learned is this. You gotta claim the wasteland before it claims you. The question is, are you with us or them?
Well, impressions so far.
Looks like Fallout.
That's a good thing.
It looks like what it should have been.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
I will say, though, their reasoning, and I don't know if this was just a marketing ploy just to kind of keep the backlash down, but the whole premise of year one was people leaving the vault and rebuilding, and then year two is people coming back to Appalachia. That makes sense to me. Like, when you put it that way, I can live with but my problem is that when they launched the game, they didn't give any sort of foresight to that. Like, they just said, we're making a multiplayer Fallout. We plan on supporting it for a little while. Let's see how this goes. Go ahead.
So, people are coming back to, is it Appalachia? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
That's how I say it in the game. So people are going to be coming back, settlers, NPCs and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that there's going to be less wild Scorch Beasts? Because that was the reason they left.
That's true. I don't know if there's going to be less wild ones, maybe, but I mean, with the help of settlers now, it might be a little easier to kill them.
What if they had like a new area of the map that was like the glowing sea where they all kind of, we pushed them?
That would be cool.
There.
Like a map expansion of some sort. That would be really neat.
You go basically down, I'd imagine probably down like past the Cranberry Bog.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing but radiation.
While I'm going to look up the nuclear winter real quick so that you all can get an idea of that. So we'll pop this open real quick, and then we will discuss both of them, and that'll probably close out the podcast. We'll talk about the Lego Forza stuff probably next week.
Your first test was making it to the vault. Now, your real trial begins. Currently, there is no overseer of Vault 51. Perhaps you will be the one. We are in serious need of leadership, so I have devised a unique process of elimination. A battle to the death is the only sure way to judge the superior candidate. This should prove interesting.
burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
There can only be one overseer. Good luck.
Thank you, West Virginia.
Who is that? Who sings that?
Same group that does the theme song for the game, or the original trailer music, but I don't think they've got like a name. Last I heard, it was like an in-house group. So I want to go ahead. We'll wrap up here in just a minute, but touching on this whole Fallout 76, because we obviously got a lot of information in just 2 trailers about what to expect. So first and foremost, we're getting what looks to be 2 new suits of power armor, one of which is not new to the game. You get the Hellfire power armor, which I'm personally very, very excited about. It's my favorite power armor ever.
Designation XO3,
3, I think. Is it XO4?
Tesla's XO3.
That's right. And then in the Wastelanders trailer, there looked to be a new suit of armor too when the Raider dude was talking to you. Like, he was like, you gotta claim the wasteland, and then it cut to some dude walking down a bridge in a cavern, and he was wearing power armor that did not look like anything we've had in the game yet.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was like Ultrasight, but then it's like, no, it's different.
It's different. So I think we're going to be getting 2 new suits of power armor, which power armor users will be happy. I know, I'm very excited. I'm super, super excited about the Hellfire power armor. I've wanted that in this game since it came out. So there's that. But then recurve bows. We saw a recurve bow in that trailer. There's also been files found already for a compound bow. So Nate will be excited again. More weapons for him to be a silent killer with. But human NPCs and dialogue trees and new settlements and stuff is just huge. Like, that is amazing. I'm so excited for that. Especially like we were talking about in that trailer, the fallen space station. Like, that settlement looks awesome.
Looks like the new Megaton.
Exactly. And there needs to be a hub city. I think that's one thing that Fallout was lacking in 76 was a hub city. Every Bethesda game has a hub city, like a big city. Fallout 3, you had Megaton. Fallout 4, you had Diamond City. Even in the Elder Scrolls and Skyrim, you had all of your major strongholds. But Whiterun tended to be the one that everybody...
Because it was in the middle.
Because it was in the middle. And then you got Fallout 76, and you're just like, wherever.
Go.
Go ahead.
Bye.
There's no... I mean, I guess you could say your closest thing to a hub city is White Spring Bunker, like the White Spring Resort.
Yeah.
But even then, that's so far, like, in the southeast. It's really more oriented to people, like, over level 30.
Yeah.
30, 35. So, I mean, that's one thing that I think Fallout 76 was lacking, and I hope that the space station settlement changes that.
Well, if anything, we should be getting 2, because you got 2 new factions.
Yeah, 2 new factions by the looks of it. You looked like you were about to say something.
No.
I'm about to throw something else at you.
No, don't do that.
You look high.
Maybe I am.
Have you been doing the weed?
The wacky tobacco.
What are you kidding about? He ain't got money for weed. He spends it all on car parts.
That's true.
That's so true.
But to get off Wastelanders and get into the thing that's happening right now, and fun fact, if you haven't heard already, from now until June 17th, you can play Fallout 76 for free. It's just kind of a dip your feet, see if you like it sort of thing. And also in that time period, they are showing off the new game mode with Nuclear Winter, which is Battle Royale mode. I have mixed feelings about Battle Royale. I'm not a fan of everybody doing it because it feels like a cash grab. But I'm not going to judge Fallouts yet just because I haven't played it, just like I won't judge the Lego DLC in Forza until I play it. But the way they implemented it into Fallout, I think they did a good job. Like, I feel like the way they put it in by nature feels like a Fallout game. It's a Vault-Tec experiment, and it sounds exactly like something Vault-Tec would do. All right, we have 52 people in the vault. You all need to fight to the death. The last person standing is the Overseer. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go fight. That sounds like something. That sounds like something Vault-Tec would do, though. Like that, 110% sounds like Vault-Tec.
Yep.
You're talking about the same people that trained children to create genetically modified super soldiers, and when they got their genetics, they incinerated them. This doesn't seem like that far out of the ordinary for Vault-Tec. Interested to see how the characters stack based off the gameplay that I've seen a little bit. People have been streaming it a little off and on, and I've been watching tidbits of gameplay. It looks like you're gonna have a bare bones character with no adventure mode perks, because what it sounds like based off what I've seen and based off of other battle royale type games, they want it to be a level playing field for the most part. They don't want anybody that's level 400 and has all these defense perks and big gun perks and blah 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 blah. They want it to be kind of so somebody like Nate, they wouldn't want that, because if Nate crouched and just hid behind a rock, he could pluck off everybody in the fucking game like that.
Yep. The only thing that would stop him was ammo.
Yeah. Or, somebody sees him. And then he's dead.
Well, that's the thing. The whole player detection of another player is kind of funky. So, he could...
Yeah, but if the other person sees him and starts going towards him, then he's in trouble, because he's squishy.
Yeah.
All they have to do is sneeze on him and he dies.
This is true.
But one thing that I did notice is in the post-game thing, you get all your rewards and stuff, and shows you how many kills you got, how many blah blah blah. You get adventure mode experience added to your adventure mode character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I can appreciate, and it's not a small amount either. One person I watched got in, didn't kill a single person. He was one of the first 4 or 5 dead. 140 adventure mode experience. That's not bad. I mean, all things considered. So, I would imagine that if you made it to the final round, the final size of that circle, probably wouldn't be a bad way to level up in adventure mode.
Now, what are the rewards for finishing first?
So you get Overseer XP, and Overseer XP allows you to access different parts of Vault 51. And access different terminals in Vault 51, and I think you unlock exclusive outfits and gear and equipment, and certain perks. There are certain Battle Royale mode perks that you unlock via progressing as an Overseer. So, definitely something I'm interested in trying. I'm just waiting for my SFE mod to update so that I don't lose all my perk loadouts, because it's not updated, and the game updated, so...
Now, if only they would add actual mod support for that game.
Well, interesting you say that, though. They're watching, player feedback, and they're actually on the Nexus looking at the most downloaded and most popular mods and trying to incorporate those into the game. One telling tale of that is, I forgot to mention this to you the other day when I was telling you about all the combat changes. They're getting ready to add a bunch of combat changes. I don't know if anybody's researched it, but it's going to take 40 times less amount of time to scope into a rifle now. You're pretty much going to be able to click and you're in the rifle scope. You're going to be able to sprint immediately after firing your weapon anymore. There's not going to be a lag. So you can fire and immediately sprint right after. You'll be able to cancel the animation of pulling out a weapon, unholstering a weapon. So when you pull the 10 mil out and he cocks it back, you can aim and get rid of that animation instantly. Same with the lever action, same with the revolver, all that other stuff. You're going to be able to...
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the main drawback of the revolver. It's it has the longest draw animation.
He pulls it and he's like, click, click. All right, let's go. Be like, bruh, just shoot.
It's I needed that shot 5 seconds ago.
But one of the other things they're doing is, and it's going to be a toggleable feature, you will be able to turn on damage indicators So when you shoot an enemy, you'll get a little number on how much damage you just did to it. And the number will change colors based on how critical of a shot it was. So if you shoot them in the head, it'll be a red number, and it'll say like 148, and then you shoot a body shot, and it'll be like yellow, and it'll say like 73 or whatever.
That'd be good. We can actually see how much of a stupid amount of damage you do, Nate.
But that, I think, is a direct result of one of the mods that I use, where it shows you how much health every enemy has and what percentage of health they're at. So they are watching the Nexus to see what things people are downloading and trying to incorporate into their game.
Yeah.
So hopefully they continue to do that. And I don't think we're done with the Creation Club. I have a feeling it will meet 76, one way or the other. Don't get me wrong, I would rather have player-made mods, but that would be a step in the right direction.
Although it just sucks because the Nexus has now went down the shitter.
Well, yeah.
They're not. I don't know if you know, they aren't providing support for the Nexus Mod Manager anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they want you to use their new thing, Vortex, which is apparently like 100 times worse.
Well, anything worse than the Mod Manager is gonna be bad because the Mod Manager is great. Like, it doesn't take much to.
Yeah, it has its quirks, but it's like and then they decided it's like, no, we don't want to do this. We want you to use Vortex now. Like, motherfucker, why? You can still get legacy updates, which is what I have, but from the community.
Interesting.
But yeah, if you have an old version, it literally won't let you connect and download mods.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
But we didn't get a chance to talk about Forza Horizon 4 Lego. Darn. I'm sure I'll be playing it when it comes out. It comes out this week, actually, Thursday.
Do we get it for free?
Yep.
Okay,
If you got the Ultimate Edition,
just
right?
say if I have to pay for it, I'm not buying it. But
yeah, I think we all have.
Sure, I'm gonna test it out.
We all have the Ultimate Edition, so I think we all get it. So I'm sure I'll test it out and see what it's. And it may not be. I'm going to approach it with an open mind.
I would be psyched if you can make your own Lego car.
I don't think you can, but if you can, I would be.
I might have gotten addicted to it.
So
I'm gonna be mad if they don't add a thing for the Unimog where it's a giant brick. Seriously.
So yeah, we'll trial run that on Thursday, and we'll probably be live playing something tonight. Don't know what yet. If I wanted to say this before, so you got until the 15th of June, which I think is Friday or Saturday.
Probably.
If you log into Sea of Thieves and play Sea of Thieves anytime between now and the 15th of June, you will be awarded the Halo Spartan ship set, which is a pretty unique looking ship set.
Yeah, it's the UNSC Eagle, whatever.
Yeah, with like Master Chief holding a shield and a spear on the figurehead. It's a fantastic, and it's very Sea of Thieves like art style. So it fits the universe. So go play it so that you can get that ship set, because you won't be able to get it past the 15th. And on that note, we are going to wrap up. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us, and we'll see you later tonight for whatever we decide to stream.